Welcome to Melville Park on Collins Road for the first day, the opening day of Waikato Club Rugby here. And what a beautiful afternoon it is, 22 degrees. Everybody was thinking bit of rain during the week, could be a little bit wet underfoot, but the singlets are out, the umbrellas are up. But the umbrellas are up, Joel Scalander, just to keep the sun away. So welcome to Melville Park, as I said earlier. My name is David Foxy Fox, and beside me I have Joel Scalander, who does so much hard work for Waikato Rugby behind the scenes. And what a game we're going to have here this afternoon. We've got Otorohanga versus Melville, and I'm just going to shake a couple of hands here as I go past as a Melville management team are getting ready here. The park, Joel, is looking magnificent, isn't it? So you can see they've done some work here at Collins Road in the off-season. It's looking quite lush, Joel, isn't it?
Yeah, it's looking very good out here, and with the day showing up as well, to have a nice sunny day here, we should have some good open running rugby.
Yeah, I agree very much so, and as the two B teams, they form a guard of honour as the team's about to run onto the park. Joel will announce today's two sides.
Thank you very much, Fox here. So we'll start off with the away team. It's Otorohanga. They come here. Their front row consists today of MLVvOTO, Lord and Vatu Nai Thoko. So they are the front row for Otorohanga. Their locks will be Sione and Coffin. Their loose forward trio consists of Jesse Williams, Douglas Clapcott and Murray Eaty. The halves pairing will see McNeil partner with Coffin. Their outside backs will be Maniete Novo and Pasili Verity and Tiamo Wilbur, and then in the midfield will be Tavita Madri and Hamish Capcott. He'll be playing at inside centre, and he is the captain for today. Your reserves, you've got Murray, Quinn, Ramsey, Lewis, Lumi, Moavtabu, and Riwi Witini. That is the Otorohanga side today. And over to the home team, that will be Melville. You're starting off with their front row, which is Green, Richard Coxhead and Keo. Their locking team is White and Ashton. Their loose forward trio, you've got Finau Motara and Mahu Tariki Whakalilu. Their halves pairing will see Raiku Morisaki and Cam Scott. So Foxy, you've got something about Cam Scott that we can talk about.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute, Joel.
Yeah, so that is he's got some interesting facts there. Their outside backs will be Sue, Tulahi and Davey, and their midfield pairing will be Paiko and Karaka. The reserves today for Melville will be Tuiotai, Marangi, Naku Ruva Rua, Sua, Aki, Finney, and we have got a one to be confirmed that we'll let everyone know a little bit later on, number 22 for Melville. So they are your two teams for today's action here at Premier Rugby.
Great work, Jolie, and a couple of very good sides. Just want to put a bit of spotlight on the Melville team firstly, and you look at that front row, Vincent Green and Richard Coxhead, a couple of good players with good pedigree. They've been in and around the Waikato Rugby Union system for a long, long time, and they'll give some good work up front for the Melville team. I want to put a bit of spotlight on number 10, Cammy Scott. He plays for the Stirling Wolves, so Stirling is just out of Glasgow in Scotland. But he is an Englishman who went to university at the Cardiff University today. He's an old-fashioned number 10 who will put Melville in the right places today. So I'd expect Joel Scalander that they'll use the boot early and look to turn around this big Otorohanga forward pack. You go across to Otorohanga and you look to number 5, Josh Coffin, son of ex-All Black Phil Coffin and the former Hurricanes player. Josh is a very athletic lock. He will attack Melville when it comes to their line-out time, and he'll get around the field. Murray Eaty at number 8, the former Waikato number 8 and back rower. Murray is good looking fit, and it's good to see. He's obviously still hungry and wanting to continue on playing the great game of rugby union, and I will be looking for Murray Eaty to carry the ball a lot off the back of the scrum. In the midfield, Hamish Clapcott, the captain. He is a good leader. He's a clever footballer, and he'll be directing play around from number 12. So, Joel, nice little crowd starting to come in here, and as I said, there's been a fair bit of work done on the Melville ground. You can see how lush it looks, and it looks like it's set up for running rugby this afternoon.
Yeah, it does though. It looks very, very mint out there. The Bees game beforehand, the score there, Melville just coming up a little bit short against Otorohanga Bees. Otorohanga winning that one, 28 points to 17. That's the result that we've got here so far. There's a few good tries in there as well as Otorohanga gets us underway.
Otorohanga kick off. So Melville straight away using the boot and putting the ball deep into the Otorohanga half. But straight away, you can see Joel Scalander, what Otorohanga is going to do here. They're going to look to use their classy outside backs and look to move this Melville team around. Straight away, they look to find an edge. It's a great run there, down there by number 13, Tavita Madri. And straight away, Otorohanga are now on attack. It's going to be a line out, Melville ball. On the Melville 22 already. We can see someone down there. Joel, who's that down there?
You're just waiting to see the number there. He's
number 11.
Number 11. So we're looking at Navanovino. Looking in a little bit of pain. Possibly a stinger maybe, or...
Yeah, Novanov was the player who made the half outside break then and down the sideline. And he got pushed in this touch. But this is not good early on for Otorohanga. It looks like a low leg injury around the ankle. Physio Kara Thomas, been around for many, many years. Been part of Taumuri Sports, part of Fraser Tech, part of Otorohanga. Owns the business Focus Physios, what is scattered around the Waikato. And also she's part of the successful Waikato Sevens team in the middle 2000s and early 2010s.
So it looks like a bit of magic water and a bit of a tape up there, and see if he can soldier on for the rest of the game.
Yeah, that magic water, Joe Scotland. I remember back in my day in 1910, it used to use that sponge, and I tell you what, that sponge, it fixed a lot of things. So line out, Melville, Richards Coxhead, converted hooker, played most of his rugby at prop. He's been in the Waikato system, he's been in the Chiefs under-20s, and he's looking fit, Joel, isn't he?
And a nice line out there for Melville, winning the ball there, number 5, Alex Ashton. Oh, he's not looking too good, that winger, is he?
No, left winger's down again. No, he's in a world of pain going down there. Obviously already taped up by Kara Thomas, but I think he's going to have to come off. Yeah, not a great start here for Otorohanga, losing their Fijian speedster in the first 5 minutes of the game. Just looking at Cammy Scott, he's a solid 10, the Englishman, isn't he, out of the Stirling Wolves. Earlier on, I looked at him, and I would imagine that he won't be afraid, Joel Scalander, to take the ball to the line. Straight away, we saw he's got a big boot on him, but he's a solid player for number 10, isn't he?
Yeah, well, he's quite a sizable human too, you know, so, you know, a lot of 10s these days are smaller looking dudes, a little bit more sleek, but he looks like he's going to run it at the line hard today, so let's hope that for Melville. And it looks like the substitution has been made for Otorohanga, as unfortunately Navanovino is leaving the field, and coming on as number 22
Good scrum here by Otorohanga.
Witini for Otorohanga.
Yeah, very, very good first scrum by Otorohanga. There's some big bodies, Joel Scalander in that Otorohanga front row, and they've showed their attentions earlier on at the first set piece. They've put a lot of pressure on the Melville front row. If you look on this side for Melville, you've got Dion Keogh. He's a converted back rower, Joel. Last year was playing 6 for the New Zealand Harlequins 15, but obviously they've converted him into a tight head prop this year for Melville. On the other side, we've got Vincent Green. Vincent, he will carry the ball a lot, and he'll get around the paddock. But both props, they're not big human beings, and you can see again Otorohanga put pressure on them.
Nice run from the number 12 there from Melville. Pakau going through a bit of a gap there.
Cammy Scott again, Joel Scalander, that's a very good boot. You can see how Melville are going to play today. They're going to use the boot, and they're going to turn Otorohanga around. Good take there on the edge by the Otorohanga fullback. He's going to take a quick tap, and Cammy Scott again with ball in hand, and For our listeners out there and our viewers, you can see the size of the Englishman there playing 10. He's a big unit. As Melville take the ball into contact just on the halfway line. Hone Kaka goes in there. Hone, who is ex-Talmudu Sports, fresh off a tour to France with Talmudu at the back end of last year. He shifted to Melville in the off-season and then he's looking fit, the number 13. Again, Cammy Scott, they're looking to find an edge. Richards Coxhead onto the number 11, Davey Sue. That's a great kick by Davey Sue. The ball's spilled backwards there by Otorohanga. And the referee says taken back. So a 5 metre scrum here for Melville. This is a big scrum here for Melville, Joel, isn't it? Because obviously Otorohanga, the two scrums what we've had so far, well, the one scrum with the two set pieces what got put down, they looked under a lot of pressure, Melville, didn't they?
Yeah, well, you've got that big front row pack from Otorohanga as well. The likes of Lord, he's been there for a few seasons now for Otorohanga, leading the way in hooker. So they'll be looking for a big scrum to try and keep Melville out here, and well, Melville will be looking for a big scrum to try and turn it over and get the early points on.
Yeah, for so long, Otorohanga have had a relationship, obviously, with the Fijian country, and then you look players like John Jackson and Viliaima Suasua have been in that front row for a long time, and once again now we have two Fijians as bookends here this afternoon and propping up the Otorohanga scrum. That was another strong effort there by Otorohanga. Under a lot of pressure here, Vincent Green and Dion Keogh. As I said, they're slight props, mobile props, and will get around the field and carry the ball, but they're under a lot of pressure early on here from Otorohanga. Referee Ben Brownlee, he's taking his time here to call this scrum down. Melville's ball, 10 metres out from the Otorohanga goal line, and Ben Brownlee says, I'm not happy with that, let's put this down again. Now let's have a look at the setup here. You could put a blanket over Melville's 10, 12 and 13. I am expecting potentially the ball straight off the deck to 12, the way they set up here, Joel Scalander. So Melville's feed, 10 metres out from the Otorohanga goal line. Good start here by Melville. And again, Otorohanga putting a lot of pressure on, straight to the 12 as expected. Good, strong carries, 3 metres out here. They're going to go the same way. That's Vincent Green. As I said, he loves to carry Vincent Green. He's 2 metres out, Melville. Ben Brownlee goes penalty. Vincent Green, unfortunately you didn't let that go. And Otorohanga needed that.
Yeah, Otorohanga can breathe a sigh of relief because Otorohanga there attacking there near their line. So Melville will be a bit disappointed there that it came up just short. As the ball finds
Coffin
touch.
with a kick. Number 10, Coffin, son of Hutana Coffin, another King Country legend. And he has pedigree, that young man. Hutana played for many, many years for King Country. And young Coffin here in number 10 has a good left foot on him, and that was a very good clearance kick. First line out for the afternoon. Otorohanga hooker, Philip Lord to throw. I would imagine the target here would be Josh Coffin, and it is to the back.
Oh, he's lost it though.
Down again. Good run by number 6, Penny Finau there. Not to be mistaken by Sam Penny Finau, the Chiefs player. But he carried that ball very, very well. Ben Brownlee says, look, we'll come back to Josh Coffin's knock-on from the line-out. And this is the third scrum of the day. And already Otorohanga are starting to put a lot of pressure on that Melville front row. As I said, Melville front row, they're mobile, but they're slight. They're all very good footballers and good ball carriers, but Otorohanga forward pack is looking to put pressure on them earlier on here, Joel Scalander. Ben Brownlee's certainly taking his time, isn't he? And he's wanting to make sure that both forward packs are set. Third scrum of the afternoon. Melville to put the ball in. It's a better scrum by Melville.
Big scrum.
With Cammy Scott. They go back door to the blindside winger. Hone put under pressure there, the number 13. And I think there was a bit high there. Ben Browning agrees with Joel Skalander and says that was a bit high there. Just slipped up, he's saying. Hit the shoulder and slipped up.
Now what do you do here? Do you take the line out, or do you use the Englishman's most likely boot to open the scoring for the season?
I am going to say, Joel, looking at the size of this this big Englishman, I would imagine, and coming from the Northern Hemisphere, he can kick a rugby ball, but he's decided, no, I'm going to use my educated right boot and I'm going to put us on attack. 15 metres out now from the Otorohanga goal line, and Joel, he hardly tapped that. He's got a monstrous boot on this man. And already I can see why Melville have invested in the Englishman and brought him out to the Southern Hemisphere. There's one thing though, I bet he didn't bring a sun lotion, and he'll be thinking, boy jingoes, I'll be chasing shadows at this rate in this heat, because it's 22 degrees here at Melville Rugby Club on Collins Road.
Welcome to early winter of club rugby in New Zealand.
Yeah, you wouldn't have expected this, Joel. That's a great take by Melville, by Luke White. Luke White, a New Zealand Harlequins player last year, and he's an inspirational leader. Melville take the ball now. They're up to the 10 metres out from the Otorohanga goal line as they go to the blind side. They're now looking to set up to come back to the open side to the right. The ball goes to Vincent Green. Good footwork by Vincent Green. He makes 5 metres. Melville again now rumble the ball down the middle parts of the paddock. They're looking in complete control here. Another one off the ruck run. They're looking to suck these Otorohanga defenders in. This time Dion Keogh takes the ball. He's made 2 metres. Again, that looks like Vincent Green with his second carry. He's now 3 metres out. This is great work here by Melville. They're looking to suck in the Otorohanga defence so they can create space out wide. Cammy Scott now back into the pocket. Beautiful pass out to the 15. He's made the half gap. Got on the outside there of the Otorohanga replacement winger. Again, Melville come back to the open side. Luke White gets in there to give their halfback some support. They take the ball right out in front of the Otorohanga goalposts. Richards Coxheads with a good carry. And Ben Brownlee says, there's an infringement back here. This will be interesting now. What will Melville do?
Probably go for another line out, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I would think so. Especially with the likes of Luke White in there, the inspirational leader, Alex Ashton. They've looked good. The two locks in earlier on here for Melville. And Cammy Scott agrees with us. And it's in the corner now, Joel Skalander. We're 7 metres out from the Otorohanga goal line. It's been all Melville here in the opening 12 minutes of this game.
Yeah, they seem to be camped down in this Otorohanga half for the last at least 5 minutes.
Yeah, great take there by the number 8. No, yeah, but Ben Brownlee says hanging on there. And Otorohanga got over the ball and have secured the penalty.
I think that connection's real dumb, eh? Yeah. Try seeing if you can bend it up.
Otorohanga number 10.
Get the pressure so it doesn't feel like it's
Coffin
itself out. There you go.
looks to clear the kick. It's a good kick here, and it takes Otorohanga now 2 metres outside their 22. As I said earlier, beautiful afternoon here in Collins Road at Melville Park. We've got 22 degrees. It's just a great afternoon for rugby as the Waikato Club competition gets underway on the 6th of April here. As Otorohanga Phil Lord throws in. Good run there by the number 14, Vertire. He takes the ball, good tackle there, Luke White. Coffin. Otorohanga looking to find an edge. As you can see earlier on here, to our viewers, that Otorohanga are looking to play a 1-3-3-1 system, and what that means is they're looking to find an edge, have a couple of ball carriers out on the edges, and look to move this Melville team around. So they're looking to play around the corner game plan. So what that means is they'll just keep going the same way until they exhaust the Melville's defensive systems. Good kick there by the number 10. Big shout out to our referees. Ben Brownlee, one of the top referees here in the Waikato. And if you are listening or watching out there, Waikato Rugby are looking for associate referees at the moment, and associate referees are refs who can do the touch judge to take a little bit of pressure on our refs, so we can appoint more top-class referees to more fixtures.
Big run there from Sione, number 4.
Yeah, he's a solid man, Sione, isn't he, Joel? Again, Otorohanga just keeping the ball going the same way. They've shown their intentions earlier on. Tuha, number 14, and the Melville winger, taking the free mark. Fair catch there.
Cut out again.
Melville get the opportunity to clear from the penalty. They're now 5 metres away from the Otorohanga halfway line. It is 0-0 here at Collins Road after 15 minutes of rugby on the opening day, the starting day of Waikato Club Rugby here. And we're watching the Premiership men's game here between Otorohanga and Melville. If you've tuned in from around the country through the Waikato Rugby Union Facebook page. Otorohanga again looking to take the ball into the middle of the paddock. That's a solid run there by Sione, the number 4. Now on to the number 5, Josh Coffin, a different athlete, a more agile, athletic athlete. Great ball here to the number 15. There's numbers. The Otorohanga replacement, number 22, puts that ball through and he will score. The number 22, the Otorohanga replacement. We don't have a name for him just yet, but I tell you what, he has made an impact. Joel.
Maneki Riwi Witini.
Oh, there we go.
He is the scorer of that try there. Sorry about everyone. We've just got a little bit of technical difficulties with the camera at the moment. We're just getting it all sorted, and once we'll have that picture back. But yeah, number 22 for Otorohanga scores the opening points of the day.
Yeah, Otorohanga, they've come here to play, and they have come here and to show their intentions. They are going to look to move this big Melville team around. They are going to look to find an edge and keep going the same way. And that was magnificent work by Riri Watini. There was a little left foot kick there with a Melville defence coming through. He regathered and he scored on the grandstand side here. Well, when I say the grandstand, we've got a couple of permanent trucks here where I get to do the commentary, and that's a great start by Otorohanga. So number 12, the captain, Hamish Clapcott, is lining this up. So let's have a look at Hamish's form. He's a right footer kicker, opposite to his brother, Dom Clapcock, who is also a very good executor of the kick, but he is a left foot goal kicker. So Hamish lines this one up. He's 5 metres in from the touchline. And it's away to the right. So for our listeners there, just also Hamish leant back. It's like a golf shot. If you lean back, the ball will go to the right, the goal kicking. If you get your chest over the ball and keep that shoulder locked in, you give yourself every opportunity to kick that straight down the middle. So 5-0 here after 16 and a half minutes at Collins Road, Melville Park. Great start here by Otorohanga, who lead 5-0. The Scottish English import, so kicks off Cammy Scott. So Cammy, he plays for the Stirling Wolves just outside Glasgow in Scotland, but he's an Englishman. He's educated at the Cardiff University, and he's found himself here to Collins Road, Joel Scalander, and he looks like a very useful footballer, doesn't he?
Yeah, he looks very good, and he looks like he's got that ball on a string when he's booting it too, so he's got that power behind it to help them get down. Unfortunately, we weren't able to come away with any points, but that's just going to get better throughout the year for Melville. It'll be a dangerous side, 60 metres out.
Yep, Josh Coffin. Josh Coffin, fresh off, he went to France last year to the Amateur World Cup. He was actually with Taumari Sports then, and Josh was the player of the Amateur World Cup tournament. So this boy can play. As I said, he's very athletic. He's a tall athlete. And he's complete opposite to the number 4, Sione, who is his locking partner this afternoon. So again, Otorohanga looking to come the same way. Number of good ball skills there by the number 8, Mariiti. Again, they're looking to exhaust this Melville defensive system. So there's 7 metres in from the left-hand touchline. Phil Lord comes charging in. Unfortunately, he has knocked that on. The pass there by Ryan McNeil, another ex-Taumari Sports player, just a little bit low there around the ankles. And Phil Lord, who had a good head of steam there, Joel Scalander, but he couldn't gather that, could he?
Yeah, it was a bit hard. The ball was kind of coming off his shoulder, really. If it was a pass to the bread basket, you know, he might have got a few more metres or even gone all the way there. But so looking dangerous, Otorohanga, when they're trying to find space out wide.
Couple of players early on who's impressed me getting around the paddock for Otorohanga is number 6, Jesse Williams, and number 7, Douglas Clapcott, another one of the brothers, brother of Hamish. And Douglas has impressed me earlier on. He looks like a robust, old-fashioned number 7 who's getting around the paddock. Melville, they have a look at the blind side here. Comes down to the Otorohanga fullback.
Tiamo Wilbur.
Yep, former 10 himself.
And
Hamish Clapcott puts that straight down the middle to the Otorohanga fullback, Jared Davey. He returns the favour straight down to Wilbur. Again, they're looking to exhaust that Melville defensive system and move them around.
they might be touched as well if they go. Wilbur's been around with Otorohanga for many years and been a top point scorer in the club competition for a few seasons as well. So he's always got a safe.
Oh, that's an outstanding kick by Wilbur. As Joel said, he's a former Waikato club competition top point scorer. He's a former 10, so he's got an educated boot, and that is an outstanding kick here to give his side the ball back here. It's a 40-20, Joel, and that gives an opportunity here for Phil Lord to take the ball here to the line out. And I imagine, again, the target would have to be Josh Coffin. Let's see where they go here. So they are 15 metres out. They go to the back.
Too far.
Yeah. Straight away, Hone. Yep. Oh, I tell you what there, that again is probably the second high tackle this afternoon, again coming from an Otorohanga player. Ben Brownlee has his arm out, advantage to Melville, and they will take the penalty. And Cam Scott will say, give me that ball. I am going to drill this into Otorohanga's half again. So unfortunately, Otorohanga, they're having some problem, Joel, at line-out time. And one of my, I have to admit, one of my old mate Minty's pet hates when he's commentating with me is you've got an attacking line-out, Joel Scalander. Why don't you go to the front? Why don't you look to drive the ball? But what do? They take the most difficult throw and they go to the back. And they turn the ball over. Great work there by Luke White off the top. Cam Scott in the middle parts of the field. Penny Finau, he's looking good. Penny Finau, he's a strong carrier of the ball. Dion Keogh, a great carry. Hone now, oh, good footwork by Hone, and he takes the ball.
Advantage for Melville as well.
Yeah, advantage for Melville again. Good footwork there by their Melville's number 13.
Karaka.
Oh, Hakaraya, Richards Coxhead. Carried well, and Brian Brownlee says penalty to Melville. Bit of frustration there, so shown by Phil Lord, the number 2, the experienced number 2. He chucks the ball away in disgust and backtracks in behind his fullback as to say, Ben Brownlee, you can't see me, but it was me. I just wasn't very happy about that call. So Cammy Scott now, as I talked about earlier. The Englishman who applies his trade for the Stirling Wolves. Obviously, Stirling, just out of Glasgow, but he was educated at Cardiff University, and he was born in England, and he's found his way here to Collins Road. And let's have a look at his form. He's a low-profile athlete for, he's probably, I would say, 6'2", to play at first 5'8", and he eyes this one up. And that is a great kick by Cammy Scott to put Melville on the board. Otorohanga 5, Melville 3 after 23 minutes in this one here at Collins Road on a beautiful sunny autumn Waikato afternoon, 22 degrees. As I said earlier, the old umbrella's up this afternoon if you look around Melville Park here, but it's not because it's raining, it's just to sort of keep the sun off those haircuts that a little bit like mine where they've got a little bit of air conditioning around the edges. Straight away Melville looks to move the ball across to the right-hand side here of Melville Park. And Ben Brownlee says, number 7, Douglas Clapcott, young man, you can't do that, you are off your feet. Cammy Scott again with the ball in hand. So he kicks it over here past me and over my head. Now, I talked about it a little bit earlier. The grandstand's here. It's grassroots rugby. We've got a couple of permanent trucks, and myself and Jolie on one. And then the Melville faithful, including the great man Billy Hogg is in the other one. And he's been very quiet, Billy Hogg, for the first 20 minutes. Ball out to Cammy Scott. They takes the ball into the middle now, and Penny Finau again with good footwork gets his team across the advantage line. They come back the other way. Richards, Coxhead. Great run here by the number 14. Richards Coxhead again. He's having a mighty start to this game. As I said, he loves to run with the ball. Gets his team now inside the Otorohanga side of halfway. A great kick there by Melville, number 12 there, Joel Scalander.
Right, then we'll be looking at Waikato.
He's a solid unit, that number 12, and I imagine they'll look to use him to get their team across the advantage line. Otorohanga now kick the ball inside the Melville half. Cammy Scott back there. He doesn't just have a dedicated boot, he's also, he's good. His play and general play is very good. But this time he's getting tested. That's a great kick by young Coffin there, son of Hutana Coffin, the ex-King Country player.
And that's another 50-22 as well.
Yeah, another 50-22. 25
minutes gone?
Yeah, 25 minutes gone here, Joel. Earlier on here, what are you seeing, Joel Scalander?
Well, you've seen that, yeah. Like we've been mentioning quite a few times in this game, Otorohanga's trying to use their width out wide, aren't they? They're trying to get it left and right. But Melville also got some really good attackers too, and like you said, that boot of Scott has just been able to get them downfield. Again, Otorohanga has some more issues at line out. They seem to go long, they're not getting those ones, so it might be a chance to make it simplifies and try and go
so
short.
there you go again, Joel. I am struggling with that, and I talked about it earlier. You've got an attacking line out. You've got an opportunity there to put some pressure on the Melville defensive system and actually go short and actually look to drive and suck the Melville defence in. But both times, Otorohanga have gone to the back and they've turned the ball over. Cammy Scott, the number 10. The big Englishman, as I've talked about already today, plays his rugby for Stirling Wolves. The Stirling Wolves is actually a semi-professional team in the Scottish rugby competition. Melville, converted hooker, Richards Coxhead. I would imagine the target would be Luke White, the captain, and unfortunately not straight. It was the right height and it was well taken there by Luke White, but it just wasn't straight, and unfortunately Melville now have given the ball back to Otorohanga. And just what they didn't want, Joel, at the end of the day, like in the first sort of 26 minutes of this game, whereas Otorohanga been strong, they've been very strong at their set piece at scrum time, haven't they?
Yeah, and so they're going to use their big boys up front to try and muscle Melville back a bit, and then try and get it out wide to those speedy backs for them.
Yeah.
As you see, number 22 going to sit in just behind the scrum.
I wouldn't be surprised here though, and I could be wrong, but I would expect Te Murray Iti to have a wee carry here. Let's have a look. But no, he's proved me wrong. Goes to the 10 Coffin. Out to the strong running centre, Tavita Mandre. He's got good footwork, but he's running a little bit lateral at the moment. Good footwork there by the number 5, Joshy Coffin, the son of Phil Coffin, former All Black. Melville's line speed is good there.
I don't know about that option there for Otorohanga. It was all their big boys, not the wingers that they were looking for to run onto it.
Yeah, I think Coffin found himself under a little bit of pressure there, and because of the Melville line speed, he thought he had no other option but put the kick through.
No harm done for Otorohanga because they've just basically back to where they did that little kick then.
Yeah, and this is where Otorohanga have, as I said, their set piece. Scrum time has been outstanding. Their line out, they are struggling to get their own ball. So Phil Lord right in front of the commentary box here. He's gone to the back again, and again there's problems. Joshy Coffin, they just can't find him. Penny Finau again. I've been impressed with this man early on. That's another magnificent run by the number 6 with the headgear. He gets his team now up to the Otorohanga 10-metre line. Then a little kick by the halfback. Richards Coxhead is steaming through. And as I said earlier, Hikaroa, they call him Hux, Richards Coxhead. He's a former Waikato under-19 player. He's a former Chiefs under-20 player. But around the field, this young man, Joel, is outstanding, isn't he?
Yeah, and it was the option for Wilbur there was just to put it out, not to have any more trouble at the back there. And he's given Melville the ball right, 5 metres, 10 metres out from the line.
Right,
so.
let's see if Melville have learnt from the commentating curse. And they've gone to the middle this time.
Set themselves right here with a drive.
Yeah. Ben Brownlee is saying, Murray Eaty, I know you're experienced, but you can't be there. And the ball now is at the back. You can see the number 5 there. Alex Ashton and Phil Lord's come through, and Ben Brownlee saying, Phil Lord, you cannot do that. And Phil Lord is getting slightly titchy this afternoon. It's a couple of mistakes he's made, but he's been showing his frustration out. The first one, he slammed the ball back, and the second one, he's just got a little bit upset there. And that's the second time. I'd imagine Ben Brownlee will take a note of that. Melville now, what do they do here? I would imagine a little bit of a chat here with the captains first. Hamish Clapcott, the number 12. And yeah, Richard Coxhead, a young man with a big future.
I guess it'll just be Brownlee now saying, let's settle it down, boys. Too many penalties in this sort of area, and we don't need this niggle.
Tell you what, Joel Scalander, one player who's really impressed me early on has been the number 6 for Melville. I don't know a lot about this man, but Penny Finau. Not Sam Penny Finau either, who plays for the Chiefs, but this young man here, he is getting his team across to the advantage line. His footwork is outstanding. And that number 6 for Melville, he's one to watch.
Yeah, he's getting a few broken tackles as well and getting them across the gain line and helping Melville get set up. And so I wouldn't be surprised if he's one of the players that they'll be looking at here with this line-out drive. They're successful.
Yep, Melville have decided they'll take... No, what are they going to do here? Ben Brownlee still having a chat to the very young touch judge, but how good is it to see a young man taking up refereeing and touch judging at such a young age? Cammy Scott with the ball in hand, and he's going to say, look, our set piece, our line-out's been very good earlier on. Let's kick the ball on the touch here. So we are now on the grandstand side of Melville Park here. Captain Richards Coxheads to throw. I'd imagine the target would be here, would be Lukey White, but no, they've fooled me. They've gone to the middle of again. The ball is in the hands of number 1, Vincent Green. Hikoya Coxhead Richards, the captain, has his hands on the ball, and again Murray Eaty's coming right through the middle there. It'll be very interesting to see what Ben Brownlee says there. But Ben Brownlee says no, he's happy with that. He doesn't have the view that I've got here, Jolie, but I can actually think that Melville were a little bit unlucky there, to be fair. But Murray Eaty, an absolute stalwart for the Otorohanga club. He's a champion man. He's looking fit this year for the start of the club season from Otorohanga, and it's good to see him still running around. He was a member of the Waikato winning Ranfurly Shield team in 2015 when they beat Hawke's Bay and Napier, Joel. And I'd imagine that be one of the highlights for that man who's played many a game for the blue and yellows of Otorohanga. Sione, the Otorohanga number 4. tell you what, he's a solid-looking athlete, Joel Scalander, isn't he? And he's had a good start. He's been a target, the main ball carrier for Otorohanga in their pod system.
Yeah, so it looks like we're going to go to a scrum now, because of Melville being held up by Otorohanga. So they'll be looking for a nice clearing kick here from either Wilbur or Coffin. Get themselves out of danger here.
Yeah, it's interesting their setup here. They may decide to take the ball off the back here because both their 10 and 15 aren't very deep. So they might say, okay, Mariiti, I want you to carry this ball, get us across the advantage line, and then they might look for the sideline, Joel.
Yeah, well, the other one too is that Otorohanga might try to use their forward pack there to try and win a penalty at scrum time. But Melville's going to give them a good fight here and try and get their ball back.
Yeah, tight game here. If you've just tuned in to the Waikato Rugby Union Facebook, and this is what we do at Waikato Rugby, we bring you the community game live through myself, David Fox, and beside me, Joel Scalander, who does so much work for Waikato Rugby Union and behind the scenes. And to our right, we have Jared Christie on the camera, doing a great job, video analysis. Jared is for our Waikato FPC women's team, and it's great for him to have taken time out here to help us tune in here and bring you live coverage of Otorohanga and Melville on the first day of Waikato Club Rugby here on a beautiful autumn afternoon, 22 degrees, and if we look at the scoreboard, 31 and a half minutes gone. Otorohanga lead this one 5-3, but if I was an honest man, it's been mainly Melville, Joel, hasn't it, when it comes to the possession? Yeah,
well, Melville's had been camped down in this half for, well, it seemed like an eternity, hasn't it? I think at least 20 minutes they've been here, and they're just unlucky to not come away with those try points they're looking for. But, you know, if they can get a turnover here and a try before half-time, will definitely give them some confidence going into that break.
Yeah, Otorohanga are definitely feeding off Melville's mistakes, and they're a broken play team with a lot of ball runners out wide. Straight away here, Hamish Clapcott, the captain, gets his team across the advantage line. Ryan McNeil, the halfback, plays for Otorohanga, but he's a Talmudu lad. Back to Coffin, educated left foot, takes the ball up just in front of me.
There we have it. The clearing kick's not too bad. We're about 15 metres away from halfway on Melville, Otorohanga's side of the half. So we'll see how we go here with a big line out from
Richard
from
Cox
Melville.
here, Joel. Last one he was a bit crooked. Let's see how he goes here. Who's going to be the target this time? Then come to the front there. Who's that, Joel? The number 7
for Melville, who is Josiah Motara.
Oh.
So Josiah there with taking it off the line out, but unfortunately,
Hone Karaka on the former Talmudu sports player. Another one that went to France last year at the Amateur World Cup. He's come back home. He is a Melville man at heart, and he's come back home here this afternoon, and he's back in the red and green, and he's fronting up at centre. At that time he couldn't take the pass, and Otorohanga will be liking this. They'll be looking to slow the ball down so their big forwards can get the rest, and then once the ball goes to the backs, they'll be looking to try and find an edge and create space. Ryan McNeil, Otorohanga halfback with the ball in hand. This is where Otorohanga have had the better of Melville earlier on at the set piece come scrum time. It's a better scrum by the Melville front row. That's their best scrum of the afternoon, Joel. Ryan McNeil at the base. Coffin, they go back door to the captain. He uses his right foot there, but yeah, unbalanced, Joey. To me, there, instead of taking the ball there and just taking that split second to steady himself, he was off balance, but he still tried to kick it, and it's out on the full. And Melville have an opportunity now, midway 22 and the 10-metre line. They go to the front again to the number 7. Cammy Scott is on the ball, the 10 now. Penny Finau, who's been outstanding for this first 34 minutes. And again, he makes the break. The big number 12. And he only knows one way. And poor pass there, back to the fullback. And that is a poor kick as well. Otorohanga, they like that. Broken play. Melville, probably guilty of a couple of kicks there, Joel, were a bit aimless. All they needed to do there is keep the ball in hand, but they have the penalty.
Out in front, too?
Yeah, I would imagine they will be chucking the rugby union ball to Cammy Scott. Luke White says to his water boy, let's get some water on here, team. We're getting a bit hot. We need a drink.
Good work, guys.
As I've talked about earlier, this Melville full pack, they're mobile. There's some good ball runners out there. You start off and look in the middle there with Alex Ashton and Luke White. Both locks, very good aerial, good at line out time. Then you look to the front row, Vincent Green, Hakaya, Richards, Coxhead, Dion Keogh. They'll get around the park and they like to carry. Cammy Scott, 5 metres outside from the Otorohanga 22. Right in front, the import from Scotland. Keeps his head down and ball over the ball and it goes straight down the middle. And for the first time this afternoon, 36 minutes gone here and the home team hit the front, 6 points to 5. 4 minutes to go before half time and this is a tight one, Joel.
Yeah, I think Otorohanga will feel a little bit, well, not hard done by, but kind of letting that one slip there to allow them to get in front there. So, but the home team, they've been working down in Otorohanga's 22, half for pretty much most of the majority of the game, and so good to see some more points for them as a reward, and they've got the lead as well as we approach half time.
Oh, we've been talking up the English import from the Stirling Wolves all afternoon, and Cammy Scott had a little bit of a look. And I tell you what, if I was Cammy Scott as well, and I saw Sione, the big number 4, running at me, I'd have a little look too, Joel Scalander. I'd probably fall for the sidestep, and I was the one catching the ball because he is a solid athlete, that number 4. So this gives now Otorohanga a sniff. 3 minutes before the half-time break. Melville lead this one 6 points to 5, courtesy of 2 Cammy Scott penalties to the Otorohanga try by the replacement winger, number 22, Riri Wetini. And he's been impressive, the replacement as well. He's looked good here out on the wing. And I would imagine here that Otorohanga would look to try and spread Melville and get the ball out wide here to their speedy outside backs who have looked good when they've had the opportunity, haven't they, mate?
Yeah, when they've had some space, they've just been able to beat some defenders and also just find those gaps and get the team going forward. But as we've mentioned as well, they've kind of had hard done by in the first half, not trying to get down there. Just a few mistakes at line-out time and that, and they'll be giving the ball back to Melville, but Melville's been able to clear, get down the other end and get those points to go back in front.
Been very impressive. Ben Brownlee too, doing the man in the middle with the whistle in hand. He's been doing a very good job. He's taking his time though at scrum time, making sure that they're set. Otorohanga again.
Verity with that huge run there.
Yeah, he looks very good on his feet. Verity, the Fijian winger. Philip Lord. Takes the ball right into the middle of the paddock now. They keep going the same way this time. Hamish Clapcott with a little step and a little goosey. Melville attacking the Otorohanga ball. Oh, hang on a minute. What has happened here? They are saying Vincent Green, he got his mitts in there and he was able to disrupt it. He's had a great first half, Vincent Green. Got the new hairdo there, Jolie. Vincent Green, brother of Vicky Rose Green, the Chiefs Manawa hooker, who was also...
Bench later on today for Manawa down when they play Matatu in Christchurch.
Yep, they produce a family of rugby players. Their uncle as well, Stevie Lowe. He played for my old club in Scotland, Melrose, in 2011. And Stevie Lowe also played for Waikato under-18s when I was coaching them back in the 2000s. The ball comes into the middle. Penny Finau again with ball in hand. He is the target in the midfield. Melville will just keep this ball going the same way. They'll look for Number 5, Alex Ashton, and he's been impressive as well, the big lock. The ball's come loose. Joshy Coffin, he's had problems with his hands, the big lock this afternoon. Vincent Green, that's him out there, the number 1, roaming wide for Melville. They're 2 metres in from the far touchline. They're going to look to come back this way. Dion Keogh, the New Zealand Harlequins player from last year, the former number 6 who's playing at prop today on the tight head, takes the ball in. And what does Ben Brownlee got to say here? Unfortunately, no, we're not tuned in, but there might be an injury. Cara Thomas, the Otorohanga physio, she's having a busy afternoon. She's one of the busiest players, well, people in the, not players, sorry, but she's one of the busier management staff in an Otorohanga t-shirt this afternoon. She's having to get out there.
Be interesting to see her GPS tracker at the end of the day, how far she's gone, back and forth across the field.
Yeah, the magic sponge, Joel, that's all you need. The magic sponge. Back in my day, some of the history in rugby, the magic sponge, the sand, Joel, remember the sand for the goal kickers? I remember at times, you know, being a goal kicking number 10, not a very good one, but a lot of clubs would run on the sand, but just to annoy you, Joel, they wouldn't put the water in it. And then you put the sand out, and then the ball just kept on sort of falling off it, and they do that on purpose. But these days you've got the kicking tees, and I'll tell you what, they've got an unfair advantage too, because these kicking tees, they're so high, it's like hitting a golf ball off a tee. I'll tell you what, I wish I had kicking tees like that back in my day. And what's Ben Brownlee saying? He's saying to Hamish Clapcott, now, I'm the referee here, Hamish. I'm getting plenty of advice. Maybe you guys, you know, just calm it down a bit, but they've got the penalty. And what are they going to do here? The clock is saying it's past the 40-minute mark, but we aren't on Ben Brownlee time, so we must have enough time because young Coffin says, I'm going to put this ball out on the Melville 22, and we're going to have a little crack here at the Melville defensive system just before the half-time break. Every time Otorohanga have had the ball, they've showed their intentions, and they've looked to use the width and find an edge, and I'd imagine here there'll be nothing different. They've got the Fijian winger, number 14, and he has been quite impressive here this afternoon.
Verity, that's
Verity. I know.
Try for Otorohanga, but they get the ball back.
Yeah, Verity again. Here he goes, Verity. He's got on his feet. But he rang into Dion Keogh there. Now that comes away to Lord, and Lord's carried well this afternoon. And little kick going on here. I'm not quite sure where that kick was going there by young Coffin. And if I was an honest man, even though I love my Otorohanga team, Otorohanga Cousins, I don't think that kick was needed. They were set up out towards me here in the truck. For the listeners who are tuning in, the grandstand here is grassroots, and you've got a truck, a permanent truck, where I stand, and then next door we have the Melville faithful. And for most of the afternoon, I can hear my old mate down there, Billy Hogg, stalwart of the game, been around for many, many years, and just loves his Melville team. So half-time here, Joel. And we have Melville, the home team, in front, courtesy of 2 penalties from Cammy Scott, the big Englishman out of Glasgow, the Stirling Wolves, to put his team in front 6-5. And we'll take a wee break, and then we look forward to being back for the second half in this first day of opening day here of Waikato Club Rugby. And I'll tell you what, we love rugby union and are happy to be here.
Thank you very much and welcome back to Collins Road here for this Premiership A Waikato Draught Premiership A contest between Melville and Otorohanga. As you can see, the score at the moment is Melville are leading the way 6 points to 5 over Otorohanga. Now we go through some of the results around the club scenes at the moment, starting off with the Colts competition. Today, Hamilton Maris hosted Fraser Tech, winning that game 85 points to 5. Morrinsville hosted Hautapu and won that game. Hautap won that game 31 points to 10. Parongia got a narrow win over United Matamata Sports 22-21. Rugby United from Thames Valley, they got a 2-point victory over Hinuera, winning that game 29-27. And Suburbs with a big win over Leamington at home 29 points to 5. And still waiting for Old Boys and University's score there. At the Waitomo Group Women's Premiership, the only game that was in action today was between the Hamilton Old Boys Huskies and Melville. Melville winning that one 29 points to 19 over the Huskies, who were at home. And Kiki, they had to lose by default yesterday against Otorohanga Women in the Premiership there. Then we look at the Division 1B score. Tarapa, they got a big win over Suburbs at home at St Andrews, 48 points to 10. Kirione's Bees, first time in the competition. Unfortunately, they went down to Southern United 67 points to 5. Hinuera went to Frankton and got a big win there in the Bees, 46 points to 10. And Patararu got the win over Parongia at Nola Block, 24 points to 10. And Leamington beat Ohalpo, 44 points to 17. And finally, before we get back underway with this game, Bees, Premier Bees, you have Maris, they beat University 41 points to 19. Te Awamutu Sports beat Fraser Tech at Albert Park 31 points to 10.
What was that again there, Joel? 31 points to 10 to Te Awamutu? Yep. 31-10. Yes.
31-10.
Nice good start from the Principality.
United Matamata Sports, they went down to Morrinsville Bees 26 points to 10 at Bedford Park. Hamilton Old Boys beat Hautapu 21 points to 8, and of course a game earlier which was won by Otorohanga over Melville 28 points to 17. And one of the other scores we've found out is over at University, Varsity are currently trailing Hamilton Maris 27 points to 21. So there are your scores around the ground, and we'll keep you updated with some more of those. But second half action coming up very shortly between Otorohanga and Melville.
You've been around a lot of rugby union games, Joel Scalander, but that's quite a long, lengthy 10-minute break there by Ben Brownlee, the referee, and I'd imagine that both the Melville and the Otorohanga teams, they'll be sucking in the big ones and getting a lot of water on board. It's money in the bank this time of the year, the water, and we're looking to start to the second half. Here, Cammy Scott will get us underway. Melville are now attacking the Melville club rooms here at Collins Road. One of the great grounds, Joel, of Waikato Club Rugby. For our listeners and our viewers this afternoon, I've never seen the rugby field look so good here. They've laid a new surface in the off-season and it's looking green, it's looking lush. And Cammy Scott gets us underway, goes deep down. Oh, we're ball, the fullback. Hone Karaka takes it up. Hone very good on his feet. They come to the left here. The number 12, he carries the ball hard and he's a big, high-profile, large athlete, this young man. Ben Brownlee says, we'll come back and we will take the knock on. And we're 2 metres inside Otorohanga's 22-metre line. Big scrum here and a great opportunity, Joel Scalander, here for Melville.
Yeah, a bit of a rookie move there by Wilbur, a person that is pretty good under the high ball there with a safe pair of hands, but unfortunately just letting that one go to ground there. So attacking chance for Melville with the scrum about 22 metres out.
Up here in the commentary box, so I'll give you the rip-roaring tip, Joel Scalander. We have a bit of royalty up here this afternoon. We have a young lady, a very good young lady who plays rugby union for University, Ashley Devine. And now we have some of the Kaipeki Nation's finest come up here. Erin Hunt, fantastic little right-arm medium pacer, and she plays for Kaipeki, and I think she might have brought her sister along as well, who will play for Kaipeki next season. So it's great to have some visitors up here in the grandstand, Joel, and one of the great corporate boxes around the traps here at grassroots level. And as I said earlier, it is a truck, and I don't think this truck trailer goes anywhere. And this is where we have the best views in the house. Melville, feed to the scrum, 2 metres inside Otorohanga's is 22. Big opportunity here. They get the ball out quickly. Goes to the number 12.
Again. Pakau.
Pakau, oh, Penny Finau. Penny Finau's been outstanding. So far, he is my man of the match for Melville. He is making a real great fist of this for Melville. His ball carrying is outstanding, but it's not raw strength, Joel Scalander. He's good on his feet, isn't he?
Yeah, he's been fantastic as well, and they won themselves another penalty. And of course, when you've got the boot of that the Englishman there, you're going to be going for the goal every time, aren't you?
Yeah, you are. Cammy Scott. Melville, 2 minutes inside the second half, courtesy of 2 Cammy Scott penalties, lead here 6-5 at Melville Park on Collins Road. The opening day of Waikato Club Rugby, a beautiful autumn afternoon, 22 degrees. Cammy Scott, the big Englishman, the well-travelled Englishman, Joel. Educated at Cardiff University, plays for Stirling Wolves, just outside Glasgow. And I tell you what, for a first 5'8", he dwarfs me, Joel Scalander. He's a big boy.
And very quiet here from the Melville faithful.
Yep.
He knocks that one over.
9-5 here. Good start for Melville. Following a mistake straight after kickoff by the Otorohanga fullback Warbaugh. He shelled it straight to him, Joel. Heard some footsteps.
Yeah, looked up before he had got the ball and unfortunately just put him off a bit and dropped the ball cold. Set up Melville there for a scrum, and then from that scrum they were able to milk a penalty and extend their lead to 4 points.
Yeah, so we've got a couple of Otorohanga supporters up here, Laura and Aaron Hunt, and they've joined us. They live on Puketarata Road, so you would say that is the Otorohanga side of the border. And Joel Scalander, talk me through that.
It looks like Verity just took the man in the air. Unfortunately, might have got his eyes on the ball as well, but just running into the player that was up in the air, not having a safe release down. So.
Yeah, he did try to milk that too, let's be honest. He did that better than an English footballer, really. He was lying down as if he was hurt, and then when he got the yellow card, he got up with a smile on his face because he knew that he was playing up like a second-hand Luma, Jolie Scalander.
So I think we're about down to 14 men apiece because I think we missed a yellow card leading into half-time. So both teams playing with 14 men, but Melville will get the extra man for a couple more minutes over Otorohanga, so it'll be interesting to see how we go here. A little bit more open field, I'm guessing.
Yeah, line out right in front of the corporate box here at Melville. Richard Coxey, good throw there by the young man. He's been impressive this afternoon. They take the ball, they go to the back door. Great step by the number 12. He's been impressive, Jolie Scalander, hasn't he? He's a big, solid number 12 who carries the ball, but he's also good on his feet. Melville kicked the ball going to the same way. Ben Brownlee says, no, that's fine. But now Ben Brownlee says, no. Ryan McNeil looks up. Ryan McNeil, born in the Principality of Te Awamutu, but now playing for Otorohanga. Great chase there, Joel, wasn't it?
Yeah, putting Melville under pressure there and also winning that penalty there.
Douglas Clapcott, old-fashioned number 7, isn't he? And I'm going to have to ask the Hunts beside me here because he looks like a farmer. Douglas Clapcott, is he off the farm? He looks raw-boned, doesn't he, Joel? And he just rolls his sleeves up. Quite tall for a number 7, but he's all over the park this afternoon. So what's happening here, Joel?
Well, it looks like, is it still Otorohanga's ball or was it a knock-on that he missed and now it's Melville's ball?
I think it's Otorohanga's ball. So Otorohanga have attacking scrum 7 metres out from the Melville goal line.
And their scrum's been powerful all day, so why not?
It's been outstanding, Joel. I would imagine they'll try and keep the ball at the back with Murray Iti, the former Waikato back rower. Murray Iti, part of the winning Waikato Ranfurly Shield team in 2015 when they beat Hawke's Bay in Napier.
Pushing them back.
And as we thought, they'll keep the ball in the back. It's come loose though. But Ben Brownlee says, Melville, you still come around from the side and we'll take the penalty to Otorohanga. And I'd imagine, Jolie, that Otorohanga would say...
Another scrum.
5 minutes gone in the second half. Melville lead this one 9 points to 5. 3 penalties to an Otorohanga try, courtesy of Cammy Scott, who's been impressive this afternoon.
And Otorohanga's try coming from number 22, the replacement, Rewa Wetini.
He's looked quite good, Wetini. He got on his feet, but he just hasn't seen enough ball, Joel Scalander. Otorohanga have been guilty of not cherishing the ball and looking after it. And unfortunately, their line-out has been very disappointing this afternoon. Josh Coffin, they've got a big target there, but he has been unable to take the ball at line-out time.
Big scrum from Melville here. They're keeping them, but it's just going backwards now. So Otorohanga will know to be milking in a penalty here to try and either get a penalty try or just have... There you go.
Yeah, there we go. Murray E.T., the great man from the coast. Murray E.T. goes over the Otorohanga stalwart, and he has a few words to say. He's having a wee bit of a chat there to the Melville halfback. But Murray E.T. goes over, and Otorohanga, let's be honest, Joel, I know I'm from the Waipa and down south there, but Otorohanga are lucky to be in front because Melville has dominated possession this afternoon.
Yeah, I think it was that mistake from Melville just before that set up those two scrums for Otorohanga to allow them to have that attacking set piece there. So they'll be kicking themselves, but I reckon the boys will pick themselves up behind the back of the posts and then come back out. And it's only a 1 point game. It could go either way still.
What a great game to be part of this afternoon here at Collins Road at Melville Rugby Club's home ground, the home of many great Waikato players, and one that comes to mind is the Hall of Famer Arthur Stone. And who will forget 1980 when Arthur Stone scored the winning try for Waikato to beat Auckland for the Renfrew Shield. And here we are now, 44 years later, at Collins Road, and Hamish Clapcott, the captain, he's been pretty impressive this afternoon. He's been accurate on defence. He's good, has a good solid right foot kick, and he's lining this one up 5 metres in from the far left-hand touch line. Let's have a look at his form. He leant back there. So just for our listeners, if you lean back, the ball, you will kick the ball to the right, or you'll get up underneath it, a little bit like a golf shot. And unfortunately, both kicks this afternoon, Hamish Clapcock has leant back, with the first one going to the right and the second one going straight up in the air. And I'm just losing Laura and Aaron Hunt now. They are leaving us from Puketerata Road in Otorohanga. Both outstanding young cricketers, and both will play for Kaipeki for the rest of their lives. The ball now is kicked off and in the hands of Clapcott. Comes to the middle parts of the field. Oh, that's a great run. And that looks like the replacement, Tupuri Quinn. Another player that went with Taumatu Sports last year to the Amateur World Cup. And Sione Joel, Murray E.T. now rolling down the middle. And the pass to Ryan McNeil. And he is going to score. What a try, Joel Scalander. That came from a powerful run by the replacement, number 17, the prop, Topuri Quinn. He took them across the varnish line, and then it went on to Sione, the big number 4, Joel. He carried just as well. He popped the ball on the inside there to Murray E.T. And then the little halfback doing what all good halfbacks do, Ryan McNeil in support, and he scores 10 metres inside the right-hand upright, and all of a sudden, Otorohanga now have a 6-point lead, 15 points to 9 with a kick to come.
Yeah, it was just some great breakout play there from Otorohanga. They were able to beat a couple of players, and then a few silky smooth with the ball as well. That reverse pass out from Murray E.T.
Outstanding.
Number 8 with a flick ball there, but yeah, 2 quick strikes from Melville, from Otorohanga here. Melville will be sitting behind the goalpost, just looking at what they can do to shore up their defence against this attacking from Otorohanga.
Let's have a look at this kick, Joel. As I said, he's been guilty of not getting his chest over the ball, Hamish Clapcott, in the first 2 kicks. So he just needs to get that positive tilt with his body there and get that chest over the ball. So let's have a look at it. At the moment, he's doing what I call sort of blocking. He's leaning back and he's not follow-throughing. So let's have a look at this one. That is a better kick. That is a better kick. He held his form well, kept his chest over the ball, followed through, kept his head down, and the ball goes through the middle. And it is 17 points to 9 here to Otorohanga, the visiting team here.
It's almost
an 8-point
of the first half. that now Otorohanga's camped down in Melville's half. There we go, Melville. He'll be looking for a nice long kick and hope for a mistake from Otorohanga again to try and get some points back on the board.
We talked about it, Joel. They're the broken play team, Otorohanga, and they're going to want to run all afternoon with the ball in hand. And straight away, as you can see, they'll just keep the ball going the same way and play that around the corner game plan. Good carry again there by Sione. He's been impressive this afternoon, the big number 4. He's been one of Otorohanga's best. And right on his right shoulder there was number 7, Douglas Clapcott. Old-fashioned number 7. He's rugged. To me, he looks like he's a farmer, and I understand he is. And he's been impressive this afternoon. Good kick there. Straight at us here, Joel. By young Coffin, son of Hutana Coffin. Been a couple of substitutes there, and there's some big human beings come on for Otorohanga, hasn't there?
Yeah, it looks like Ben Murray's come on to... Oh, no.
So you've got Ben Murray, Taipuri Quinn and Khan Ramsey. The whole front row are on. They've changed things around a wee bit there, but unfortunately, number 18, Khan Ramsey's actually throwing the ball. But number 16, Ben Murray, he's a big unit. Look at the size of him, Joel. He is Otorohanga's equivalent. I tell you what, he's a big boy. He's Otorohanga's equivalent to Ben May, isn't he? Look at the size of him.
I wouldn't want to meet him in a dark alley.
No. So, and Otorohanga have been very good at set piece, but they've replaced their whole front row. So this is the first time with the new front row on. Let's see how they go here.
Yeah, unfortunately, the line-out issues continue there with the not straight again. So if they can get that line-out set piece sorted, then they're going to start looking a little bit more dangerous. But they've been able to give the ball back to Melville, and Melville's in a prime opportunity in the middle of the field. Well, from halfway really, just to the left and of the Otorohanga uprights, and they'll be hoping to attack here to get some more points on the board and make it a nice close game again. Yeah, number 6, Penny Finau, he's gone back to number 8 now. He has been one of Melville's best this afternoon. I've been really impressed with this young man. He's carried strongly, but he's just not T-boning people, Joel Scalander. He's using footwork and getting his team consistently across the advantage line. And beating players too.
Yeah. But Ben, there we go.
What you said about that new front row, what was going to happen? They just came in and just dominated there, unfortunately, for Melville.
Yeah. Young Tupuri Quinn. He's only 18 years of age, son of Lucas Quinn. I've coached Lucas out of Otorohanga. He played for Te Awamutu Sports last season. He's gone back home to Otorohanga. He's an impressive young man. I've got a lot of time for him. He played for the New Zealand Harlequins last year versus Counties Development. And 18-year-old prop Joe. He's got a big future, this young man.
Yep, and it looks like Otorohanga's back to 15 men with their yellow card coming back on, and that means Melville will be back to 15 men. So we're at a full complement of players on the field right now.
And I might have got that wrong. Not 18, 20-year-old Tupuri Quinn, number 17. Big future in the game of rugby union. They used the big number 4, Sione, this time because they've finally clicked on, Joel. We're not going to go to the back. And that is a great drive there. I think Vincent Green's got himself in an awkward position. Otorohanga just rumbling it down the middle here, Joel. They must be close. And they're over. And that looks like the big man there. The big man, Ben Murray. Look at the size of him. Jolie, I talked about Ben May before, and he looks like him. He's a big unit. He'd be 6'4", this prop. He's Otorohanga's equivalent to Carl Heyman, even with the beard as well. What a turnaround. In the first half, it was all Melville, and they probably deserved to be up more than they were at half time. But in the second half, Melville are failing to contain the big Otorohanga ball runners. They've obviously got on top of them now, Otorohanga, at scrum time. They've been good there all afternoon. I was surprised when they changed their whole front row, Joel. But look at that first scrum. They're all over them.
Yeah, Foxy is. Looks like it's Otorohanga starting to get that momentum over Melville, unfortunately for them. But, there's still plenty of time to go. We've only had 15 minutes in the second half. But, yeah, it is looking like Otorohanga's taking the opportunities a little bit, and where Melville's had their opportunities, they've just failed to break those lines or get over the gain line to try and get some more points on the board.
Hamish Clapcott. Let's have a look at him here in his form. Yep, to the right. And again, Yeah, just not quite got the radar going, Hamish Clapcott. I'd actually love to do a little bit of work with this young man because he's leaning back, Joel. When you lean back, the ball is always going to go to the right. He's just not getting his chest over the ball, and he's also doing what I call blocking. So he's actually stabbing the ball and he's not following through. But he's a good footballer, but he's just not got the radar on this afternoon with the boot. Oh,
Push past there from Otorohanga.
yeah.
Didn't go to hand.
Yeah,
Now
Penny Finau. Great step by Penny Finau. Getting on the outside of the Otorohanga number 4, Sione. Luke White, the inspirational captain. He carries. They're going to keep the ball going the same way here, but they've turned it over. And the ball is in the hand of Khan Ramsey, the replacement hooker, the number 18. Otorohanga, they've got some numbers out here to the right, but Ben Brownlee says, sorry, that is a forward pass. And it wasn't just forward, Jolie. It was probably forward by a couple of metres there. I think the number 10 there for Otorohanga Coffin, his eyes just lit up and he looked outside him and there was space and he thought, I'm going to hit that space. But he probably didn't need to do the big cutout pass. If he kept the ball in hands, I think they would have been okay. So 17 minutes gone in the second half. Otorohanga, who's been outstanding in the second half, are leading 22-9. They've gone bang, bang, bang. And to put themselves in front, 22 points to 9. We're in the 17th minute of the second half here at Collins Road on a beautiful sunny Waikato autumn afternoon. Got a young fellow who's joined me up here and he's having, look at the pies, Joel. That's a magnificent pie, isn't it? That's what you come for rugby for. That is a big pie.
Mince and cheese pie.
Mince and cheese too, my favourite as well. And I tell you what, that there is a meal. Look at that. Washed down with lemon, lime and bitters by the young man beside me here. He's joined me up in the grandstand. Back to the rugby. Melville. Opportunity. 18.5 minutes gone. Melville to put the ball into the scrum on the 22-metre mark. The way they're set up here, I'm picking they'll probably hit number 12. He's been strong this afternoon. He's been very strong.
Batting ram for Melville at the moment, so I wouldn't be surprised where
Raven Pikel, he has been very impressive. And here he goes, straight to Raven. He's not going to sidestep Joel Scalander. He only knows one way, that man. Mel will go back the other way. And it's been stolen by Otorohanga. Yeah. Melville are trying to play too much at the moment. I think they just need to slow the ball down and play a bit more direct. It's out here to number 10, Cammy Scott. He's going to have a little bit of a look. No, he's bringing it on to the replacement, number 21 there. And that is Billy Finney. The blonde-headed number 21. Ball comes into the middle. Luke White, inspirational captain there, takes the ball. And Ben Brownlee says, you are offside, Otorohanga, and the local team gets the penalty. What are they going to do here? I'd imagine, Joel, it's definitely kickable, but I'd imagine Cammy Scott will put this into the corner. And they're going to back their set piece. They've actually been better than Otorohanga, haven't they, at line-out time, Melville, this afternoon?
Yeah, when it comes to line-out, they definitely have been better there. They're usually going to the front or middle, where Otorohanga, I think at the start of the game, they were going to the back too often and just losing the ball back there. But in the second half, they've switched to the front or the middle, and there we go. Okay, they do it wrong to me. They go to the back, Melville, but now they've got a nice attacking set piece right outside of the uprights of Otorohanga. We're about 10 metres out with another run from Raven there as Melville will stay on attack. Otorohanga comes back, but no, it's another penalty. Oh, no, not a penalty. It's a knock-on from Otorohanga, so it'll be at least a scrum 5 metres out for Melville if they don't collect any more points. But here he goes.
Scott, the Big Ten. Yeah, the Big Ten. That he has been impressive this afternoon. As I said, for number 10, he's a big lad, Cammy Scott. The Englishman out of the Stirling Wolves, just outside Glasgow. And he has scored all the points this afternoon. Cammy Scott over for the try to put his team back in the game. 22 points to 14, Otorohanga lead this one. Cammy, yeah, what's happened here?
Ben's calling him the captain. He's asking for...
No, I did it.
Already had a yellow card from...
No, I didn't see it, but...
Verity's already had a yellow card.
Yeah, oh, yep. Verity, yeah. And both times, Joel Scalana, it's been needless play.
Yeah.
The first one, he came in high, took the player in the air. The second one now, he came in and Cammy Scott had already scored the try. He didn't need to do that, did he?
No, it was just ill discipline there. And unfortunately, he's going to sit out for the rest of the game. And Otorohanga will be down to 14 men. And if Cam Scott can get this over, then it's going to only be a 6-point game. So, you know, a converted try could win it for Melville. But still got a long game to go. We've got 19 more minutes. We've still got this kick to come here. But, yeah, unfortunately for Otorohanga, ill discipline is going to cost them a man. They're going to be playing for 14 for the rest of the game.
Yeah, Hamish Clapcott, the captain, he'll be very disappointed, the Otorohanga captain, because Otorohanga was starting, the momentum shift was massive, Joel, and it had been all Otorohanga in the second half, but now Melville have got themselves back in this game, and they know now, with 18 minutes to go, that Otorohanga are going to be playing with 14 players. Melville starting to roll on the subs. Tight head prop, Dion Keogh is off after a good shift. Honi Karaka, the number 13, is also off after a good shift. Cammy Scott, and he has been impressive, the big fella this afternoon. 22 points to 16 in favour of Otorohanga, but remembering Otorohanga are now down to 14 players for the rest of this game.
And also with that man going down as well, he's one of their strike weapons too. So, you know, they've been trying to shift it out wide to the outside backs, and now they're going to be lacking one of those guys. So as you can see, Josh Coffin's come all the way to the sideline to be a nice tackler.
Yeah, very astute by Joel Scalanda there. He has been their best back, let's be honest. He's got involved, and obviously he's coming off his wing a lot, but now they won't have him for the last 17 minutes of this one. That's a good run there by Billy Finney. Billy Finney, one of the great names of rugby union, that one. Takes it up to Melville's 10-metre line. They're going to look for the kick here, I think. The little halfback. Murray. Oh, that's a great tackle. Billy Finney, he has brought some energy, Jolie, hasn't he, since he's been on, the young man, the number 22. I think they're... Oh, and Ben Brownlee says, I'm afraid you need to stay on your feet there. That's a great run there by the replacement winger there, number 21, the fair-headed Billy Finney, and that's got to be one of the great rugby union names too, Jolie, isn't it?
Too much passion there from Melville with that breakdown. If they could keep their discipline there, they might have been able to roll over Otorohanga. So they've got a bit of a spring in their step now since they've got that try. And it's only a 6-point game, so, you know, anything can happen here. So Otorohanga will probably wanting to score next just to have that buffer with that man down as well.
Jolie, I was surprised. Yes, I do know that they're one man down and it was a winger, but at the same time, to me, I'd be looking to keep the ball in hand. I'd be looking to try and to suck in the Otorohanga defensive system now that they're only playing with 14 players.
Knocked down at the line out there by Melville, so unfortunately Otorohanga will get the feed to the scrum here.
What a great way to start the Waikato club season here at Collins Road, Melville Park. Beautiful afternoon. The sun is shining. The tuck shop is doing just a great trade. Those mince and cheese pies, that looks like one of the biggest mince and cheese pies I've ever seen. This young fella's still chewing through it beside me here. And that's what grassroots rugby is all about. Families here this afternoon, there's umbrellas out to sort of shade them. There's a young 14, 15-year-old touch judge on the far side. This is grassroots rugby. This is what it's all about. And we've got a game of rugby union on our hands, Joel Scalanda. 15 minutes to go in this one. Otorohanga lead by 22 points to 16. But remember, listeners, that they're down to 14 players for the last 15 minutes of this. It goes to Muriiti. He's had a storming game, the ex-Waikato number 8. I've been impressed with him all afternoon. There's Captain Hamish Clapcott. He says, give me the ball. But he is bent over from some great line speed from the Melville defensive line. Otorohanga, Joel, you could put a blanket over it at the moment. You can tell they're not going to go wide. They're one player down. They're just going to keep this ball in hand, aren't they?
Yeah, they're going to try and milk a penalty out of Melville here to maybe either go for a shot at the line or take a shot at goal to just give a bit of a buffer for them, but they're rumbling up to the 22.
Bit of news, Joel Scalander out of the Principality at Taumutu. Taumutu are leading 17-5 with 12 minutes to go there, and that gets the commentator even more excited than he always is.
Yeah, big game there for Taumutu because they've lost a few players in the off-season. So and Fraser Tech last year, they'll feel a little bit hard done by missing out in the Premiership in round 2 as well. So they've got to chip on.
Talking of Taumutu players, Joshy Coffin, the ex-Taumutu lock, takes the ball down the middle. The big fella, Ben Murray, is ball in hand. Otorohanga's equivalent to Carl Heyman. He makes another couple of metres. Otorohanga are looking to do nothing silly here. They're just one off the ruck. They're using their big ball carriers and their fresh front row. It's doing a magnificent job at the moment. They're going wide now. That's a great step there by the 22. And the number 18 is in the corner. The number 18, Khan Ramsey, who's been impressive since he come on. He might be wearing number 18, but he's playing as a hooker. And he was doing the Sean Fitzpatrick there, Joel Scalander, and he was out wide and he got the meat pie.
Yep, so there we go. There was the attack that they were looking for, especially being a man down. You want to try and get those points with the man down to just give yourself a bit of a buffer. And with 13 minutes to go, you're up 11 points with the kick to come. And so there'll be a little bit more confidence in Otorohanga. But I think Melville will feel a little bit that they need to get back into their defensive structures and try and get those turnovers with that extra man and find them some pace out wide and get those tries.
That was clever play by Otorohanga, Joel. They probably made 20 metres there with one off the ruck runners. They're big ball carriers. They were doing nothing silly, and then all of a sudden they went to the backs on the 22-metre mark, just inside the 22-metre mark, and that was a great pass there by the number 22, Riri Whitney. He has been very, very good this afternoon since he's come on, the number 22. And then the replacement hooker wearing number 18, Khan Ramsey. As I said earlier, he reminded me of Sean Fitzpatrick. He was hanging out wide there to get the meat pie, and now Hamish Clapcott 2 metres inside the touchline. Let's see his form here, Jolie. For me, I want to see him get his chest over the ball, and I want to see him chase that ball and follow through this time. He's been missing the ball, missing the kicks all afternoon to the right. And that's a better kick. He's done just what I asked. He's done just what I asked. He kept his head down. He kept his chest over the ball. He followed through and straight down the middle. And that's a great kick by the captain, Hamish Clapcott. Otorohanga lead this one. 11 minutes to go. 29 points to 16. Remembering, Joel, they're down to 14 players and they've scored with 14 players.
Yeah, so Melville is the next one to score here just to bring it within because it's currently a 13-point game. So it's a 2 scores to win for Melville, but you're a man up, so all you do is go and get that ball back and try and shift them from left to right and then find those gaps to try and go through. Like that was a beautiful line run by number 22, Riri Whitney. Ran through that channel and then was able to find the hooker on.
And just see how Otorohanga's playing this game now, Joel. Again, they're not really spread out. They're starting to spread a wee bit, but effectively they're just going down the middle, aren't they? And Melville aren't getting their A and their B defenders around the ruck and play, and Otorohanga are just using their big ball carriers and just doing what they do best and what they've done well for so long down there in Otorohanga.
Yeah, you want to hold on to the ball now and just milk that time on that clock to try and get away with the win here. But Melville's got that extra man, as we've said, so they're going to throw everything at them to try and either get to within 6 or 7 points and then give a good run for it near the end of the game. So we've got an injury timeout here as a player's been looked at. But it's been a fantastic game so far. And to be honest, I think it should be a lot more closer than it is. The two teams have been playing exceptionally well today.
Yeah, they have been. Melville, there's a lot of new players out there this season, but they look like they'll be more than competitive here in the 2024 Waikato club season. And Otorohanga, with names like Coffin, their names like Wilbur, names like Iti, names like Clapcott. They're all local boys and they're lads that have, that's the beauty of Otorohanga teams for so long, the continuity of selection, Joel.
Yep.
They all know each other. They've probably grown up together down there in Otorohanga, and they've been really impressive in the second half. And you look out there now, and if our listeners and our watchers can see Murray Iti, he is basically directing play. Might be playing number 8, but he's telling his backs how to play it.
Yeah, he's been an exceptional leader today, and for a man that was going to be giving up Premier Rugby a few years ago, he just seems to can't get off the field, can he? And he's just been exceptional today, leading that team from that number 8 position.
Yeah, he has been. He's been one of Otorohanga's best. I'd also like to put a bit of spotlight on Douglas Clapcott. He's not the sort of player who's going to run with the ball. He's not the sort of player who's going to make a 50-metre break, but he's the guy who rolls the sleeves up. He's in the dark. He's in the dark, dirty places, Jolie, where a number 7 should be, and he's been really impressive this afternoon. He's disrupted Melville's ball at every opportunity, and that is number 7 Douglas Clapcott, and as we said, number 8 Murray Iti. He has been a great leader for his team this afternoon. Melville puts the ball in. They're going to come our way. The big fella. He's been good, Billy Finney. He's been outstanding, Billy Finney. And so has the number 12 too, Raven Poikar. He has been very good. What's happened there?
Ben has ruled a head high from one of the players. I didn't catch it as well. And with the Melville fans in front of us.
Yeah, it was number 12, Raven, but he's been really impressive this afternoon. Look, he's a large profile athlete, but he's been good on his feet. He's been getting his team across the advantage line all afternoon, and he's a good pickup for Melville. He's been very good. Otorohanga looked to clear this one, and it's straight at us. Just in front of us, the young fella now is going to go and get the ball. No, he's not.
Been impressed by this Finney replacement as well.
Oh, Billy Finney on the wing.
He's going out there and he is finding some space and he is not afraid. He did a big tackle on Murray Iti earlier on.
Not a big unit, Joel.
Not a big guy as well. Like, especially if I was running at Murray Iti, I'd be a lot more scared. But,
I'd rather run at Billy Finney though than Murray Iti.
But he's got no fear, Finney, and he did a great tackle before. And if they just got that ball to set up for the Melville players, they could have been under the post there. And
Jolly, how good has the Otorohanga front row? We talked about in the first half, and then I was very surprised at about the 50-minute mark, they dragged the whole front row, but they've put on the likes of Ben Murray, who's Otorohanga's equivalent to Carl Heyman. He's a big unit. Tupuri Quinn, as I said, he's only about 20 years of age, this young man. He's got a big future. And Khan Ramsey, the try scorer. Now, they've been impressive, and they all look like young men, and they've been great in the second half, haven't they?
Well, it's like they haven't lost anything with those replacements coming on. Sometimes you might lose, the scrums, the dominance of the scrum with your replacements, but these guys have come on and played very, very well. But it's a big scrum here from Melville as the halfback clears it to, again, Raven, to Murray, and then Finney, and the big hit in the midfield from Finney as he tries to come off his wing to find some work. But again, back to Paikau. Paikau bumps off one player and he gets up over the 40-metre.
Paikau been good, Joel, this afternoon. The big fellow, he puts a spotlight in behind. Nice ball. Here's Vincent Green. He loves to run with it. Out to the number 8 here, just in front of us. Yeah, they've got a bit of a head of steam here, Melville. They're trying to finish with a bit of energy here. A try now with 7 minutes to go would probably put them back in the game, Joel Scalander. Big Cammy Scott, the 10. He takes the line on. Great tackle there by the big fella.
Unfortunately
number
for Melville.
Ben Murray.
Melville's got number 12 down, Raven Paikau. He's been one of their dominant runners, and that'll be a big hurt if he's down.
They're going to go wide here. They've got numbers out wide. Yeah, Paikau's still down.
But Melville will get the scrum here with the knock-on from Otorohanga as the physio's looking at Raven to make sure he's all good, but he looks like he's getting up. He's just going to walk it off and get back into the defensive line. They won't want to lose him because he has been absolutely destructive as a ball runner today for Melville.
Yeah, he has. He's got back up, Jolie, and he's limping. But as I said, he's a large profile athlete, but he's good on his feet. He can use that sort of raw strength, but at the same time, he's been getting across the advantage line all afternoon as well when he's using his footwork. So that's Raven Paikau, number 12. He's been impressive for his team this afternoon. So we've got just over 5 minutes to go. Otorohanga who have been outstanding in the second half, lead 29 points to 16. And as we've talked about, they've been led around not just by their captain, who's got the captain name beside him, Hamish Clapcott, but I've been impressed by Murray Iti, the experienced number 8 from the coast. Still playing for his beloved Otorohanga. He's been around for a long, long time. And he fronts up every year. And I tell you what, he hasn't lost at Joel Scalander. He's been outstanding this afternoon. Penny Finau, that's the number 6. He's playing 8 for Melville. He's been very good as well. Cammy Scott, the 10. Again, the big fella, Raven. He's good on his feet, isn't he, Joel? For a big man.
Gets him up over
they keep going the same way. The replacement halfback goes straight down the middle. And, Otorohanga, yeah, by the captain again. Hamish Clapcott saw an opportunity and he went over top of it. But I think what Ben Brownlee is saying here, Hamish, you were okay when you took the ball, but then you came off your feet. So penalty right in front of us. 4.5 minutes to go. Otorohanga lead this one by 29 points to 16. The big Englishman, Cammy Scott, will look to put this into the corner. And he does. He's been good all this afternoon, and I'd imagine he's going to be good for Melville this season. He hasn't missed a kick at goal. He's scored all the points for Melville, the 16 points. He's a handy signing, the big fellow at number 10, Cammy Scott. Melville on the Otorohanga 22. Who will this go to? Will this go to the skipper? No, they go to the front to the 8. Replacement halfback onto Cammy Scott. They take the ball into the middle parts of the field. Good run by Davey Sui there, number 19. He carried well. Oh no, they've turned it over again. There's numbers. Out to, who's that jolly there? Is it Coffin? Oh, the number 22. He's been outstanding this afternoon, the replacement winger, but he's been collared. But Ben Brownlee saying, sorry Melville, but that's another head high. They've been guilty of several of those this afternoon. The big lock, the mobile, Joshy Coffin takes the ball within 7 metres of the Melville try line. Melville disrupting there, but Ben Brownlee says, sorry Melville. You didn't let go of the ball there.
Might have won the breakdown there, but unfortunately it was for that horse collar tackle. They've come back for it.
3 minutes to go here at Collins Road. Otorohanga lead this one by 29 points to 16. It was all Melville in the first half. They dominated possession, but in the second half, this free running, ball-carrying Otorohanga team have taken control and have put their team in front with just over 2 minutes to go by 29 points to 16.
You would say here if Otorohanga was able to find their way over the line, it'll be the nail in the coffin and the win for them today.
Jolie, they're playing with 14 players.
Yeah.
And they've played with 14 players for the last 20 minutes. But they've been playing smart rugby union. They've not been doing too much. They haven't been tried to be too clever. They'll just, like in here, they'll just maul this one up and then they'll have a one off the ruck runner. They've been impressive, this Otorohanga team this afternoon.
Milk another penalty.
Yeah, Ben Brownlee says, you need to get on side there, Melville. You've come right around from the side. 2 minutes, just over 2 minutes to go. Otorohanga lead this one by 29 points to 16 on the opening day of Waikato Club Rugby at Melville Park on Collins Road, one of the great Waikato rugby club grounds. There's a couple of fine looking gentlemen in front of me there. The number 13, Hone. Came off early, but he's very good on his feet. He looked to get Melville across the advantage line all afternoon. Tight head prop, Dion Keogh. Played a lot of his rugby at number 6, but he was impressive when he was on the field as well this afternoon. Otorohanga go back door. Trying to spread the ball. Well, I am surprised they're trying to spread the ball wide when they're one back missing. But they've only got just over a minute to go, and they thought, why not Joel Scalander? They can't lose this one now.
Yeah, Bob Harkel there just decided that he'd come out, did a rush defence in the end, kind of got Otorohanga off guard there and forcing the turnover.
It's time to talk about Otorohanga's best this afternoon. I thought that Hamish Clapcott he's been accurate on defence and with ball in hand at 12. Mariiti, to me, has been the best player on the park at number 8, and not far behind him is the other Clapcott Douglas. He's been into everything. He's been disrupting Melville's ball. He's been making a nuisance of himself. And then I've been really impressed with that replacement front row. Ben Murray, Tupai Krin and Khan Ramsey. They've been outstanding this afternoon when they come off the pine. And there he is again, Joel. Mariiti, not just using power, but using footwork.
In the tight head there.
But he has gone down. He has gone down.
And he's lost control of the ball, so Melville will get a scrum feed.
We're on the referee's time now, Joel.
Yeah, right at the end of the game. I'll see if there's any other result.
Oh, here we go. There's a result just come in from the Principality. And I'll tell you what, I'm a happy commentator here because Te Awamutu have beaten Fraser Tech by 20 points to 12. I'm always pretty positive about rugby union, but right now I'm happy. That's a great win by Te Awamutu. They've lost a lot of players in the off-season and new coaches. Ninja Sammy Gibbons and Shawnee O'Connor and Awa Elkington. They'll be absolutely stoked with that win for the Principality today as they beat Fraser Tech by 20 points to 12. Get in there, Te Awamutu Sports. Back to the game here at Collins Road, and Melville get the penalty.
You'd say that Melville now be
Melville. We look to
40,
Melville. We look to. And I want to find out a little bit about this number 6, and I'm looking to a couple of my Melville friends down here. Penny Finau, he's been outstanding, and I'm looking at Richard's Coxheads here and asking my friend Hux here to come over and just tell me a wee bit about him because I don't know much about him. But he, where does he come from? He's come over from the Bay. And Jolie, he's actually played for the Bay plenty. He played for the Bay plenty a couple of years ago. I had him in a New Zealand Harlequins team, and I thought that was him. Penny Finau, yeah. He was a Bay plenty player 2 seasons ago. He's a very, very good player. And to me, he has been Melville's best this afternoon. Penny Finau, the number 6. He switched into number 8 in the second half. He's been outstanding with ball in hand, Joel Scalander. His footwork has been outstanding. And he's somebody now that we need to keep an eye on this season because he's a former Bay of Plenty player. He's seen the light. He's come to the Waikato. He's been good, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's been fantastic for them. And then also as well, Cam Scott, the Englishman's come over here as well. He's been cool, calm under pressure with his kicks, and he's scored all the points for Melville today, and he's going to be a great pickup for them as well.
He has. And also when I talked about Paikai too, the Raven, the number 12. I thought he's been very good as well. Yep. He's been very good carrying the ball and getting his team across the advantage line as the final whistle goes, and Otorohanga gets this one. But he's a large profile athlete, but he's good on his feet, and he's been one of Melville's best as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, and our listeners out there this afternoon, thank you for joining in. Waikato Rugby, we're all about the community game, and this was what we've brought to you here this afternoon. Waikato Club Rugby at its best. Otorohanga get the win by 29 points to 16, but it was a great shot window for rugby in the Waikato. It's been a fantastic day here at Melville Park. The food looks magnificent, Joel. I reckon they would have sold out of those mince and cheese pies. The locals now, they're tidying up here in front of us. And where would you rather be but in a truck beside a rugby ground? In the middle of the Waikato, commentating Waikato Club Rugby. Joel Scalander, thank you for your time this afternoon. Again, you've probably been here since about, knowing you, 6:30 this morning, setting things up. An absolute steroid of our game. Thank you to Jared Christie next door on the camera. And ladies and gentlemen, and kids out there who've tuned in, thank you. Tune in again next week. Where are we going next week? We're going to go do Div 1 next week. We're going to go to Leamington in Cambridge, and we're going to do a Div 1 game. So have the best rest of the afternoon. Go the Chiefs. Go the Waz. This is David Fox signing off.